What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing a radar detector into my 2024 WRX Limited with the garage door mirror, whatever it's called. We're going to be using the Blendmount and a wiretap. I don't think I've seen any videos online of this. There is a Reddit post where some guy lays out which plug to use and which colors to tap into. So we're going to be following his advice. I'm going to put his username here, and I will also be linking that post in the description. So let's get into it. You're gonna need one of these bad boys. This is a interior puller. Obviously mine's been used quite a few times and also used as a prying tool, but it still works. You can buy these online or you can 3D print them. This is from an old dash cam I had, so you'll need this. Here is the wiretap. This came from my last car, so it's being held together with some electrical tape. There's a loose connection on here somewhere, but I've taped it enough to where it reliably works. So this is all the wiretap is. You're just gonna take these little tiny baby plugs and you will jam them into another plug, and it's as simple as that. Here's the blend mount. This came from my last car also. It just so happens that you go from Subaru to Subaru and it still works. So this is all it is. The radar detector slips under here. There's a bolt up here. Tightens to the rearview mirror. You can keep it focused. And then you tighten these on the bottom. I had to order a new bolt. They sell a bolt kit online for this directly from Blendmount. So yeah, this is the radar detector mount. Here is the radar detector I'm going to be installing. It's a unit in R7. This thing has saved me thousands of dollars. Of course, theoretically speaking, I don't speed, but if I were to, this thing would have saved me lots of money. So, yeah. I don't usually do this, but this time I'm going to be unplugging the battery. So I will disconnect the leads. Since I'm going to have the door open here for a while, and there's not a lot of stuff out there on how to do this, so it might take me a little extra bit. So I'll do that now. All right, we're in the car. So if I remember correctly, this piece is a separate piece that comes off, and there's no bolts to take this off. You just need to grab your plastic pry tool and just pop it just like that. And then just, well, don't pull down like that. Let's do the same thing. Let me switch hands here. You're gonna take a pry tool, just, I have lotion on this hand. Just like that. You probably didn't see that, but I just pulled it off. It just pops right off. You can see there's little clips in here. I've always had luck with just shoving the pry tool under there and just kind of popping it off. And if you break this piece, it's not expensive to fix. So under here, you're gonna have two bolts. You're gonna have two screws this year. They used to be bolts. Now they are a Phillips head screw. So I'm gonna grab a screwdriver to get those out. All right, we're back with a screwdriver. So, can't believe they didn't use bolts this time. And those are very short screws. You can see here. That's all it is. So throw that in your cup holder. Don't lose that. Oh wow, this whole thing just falls off now. This is different than my 2019 Impreza. That Impreza, man, you had to rip this thing off. Okay. So it looks like we're going to need to use Okay, update guys, I accidentally pulled off one side. It is literally just a pain to pull off. So you do need to tug on it a little bit and kind of work your way around, and just like that, it's off. So I'm not a big fan of removing a bunch of stuff from how it is. I'll show you guys what it looks like under here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You've got a couple connectors. It looks like 4 total. I am not going to be removing that. I am going to be leaving them if at all possible. And luckily here, I do see light through this, and I believe there is openings. I'll show you guys. So there's openings right here, and we're gonna be able to just feed that cable through there down in through the OEM wiring area, and this should be a pretty clean install. Okay, so all I've done is just tuck these wires through here up to the top, and now all we need to do is connect the wiretap. Okay, false alarm, guys. This black wire right here is tucked up in a way, and this is what he used in his post. So, yeah, you have to pull it down. And his color diagram also lines up. White goes to red, and brown goes to black. So, I am going to get that hooked in there now. Okay, guys, learn from my mistake. I spent the past half an hour figuring out why. This connection that I've made here, the one that I've been talking about, works. The plug has to be plugged in for it to get power, which is weird because he says that this is for the mirror, but I don't think it's for the mirror. I think it's for something else. But red goes to white and black goes to brown. And don't disconnect the positive, disconnect the negative on the battery. I'll put like a disclaimer. But yeah, I got these in. Let me actually, let's do this. I got these in like that. They're not all the way in. I'll probably put a piece of tape and divide them just to triple make sure that they don't contact anything else. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to unplug these and feed them through, and I will do that right now. Let's get radar detector. Oh, it won't. That's right. And this needs to be plugged in. Plug this in. This must. Okay. Plug this in. Bam. We're juiced. Red goes to white. Black goes to brown. The connector is hidden up here. You will have to untuck it. It was like completely hidden. Store the excess wire up here. Oops, you probably can't even see what I'm doing. But the next step is going to be to install the blend mount so we can figure out how much wire we need. So we'll get this up like this. Not hit the windshield. And we'll put this. I'm gonna slide this as far down as we can because we also need to. This tutorial has gone terribly wrong, if I'm being honest. Wish I had a little more distance here. But we're not gonna get it, so. Or, no, that won't work. It sticks out too much. That looks like it might work. Okay. So, yeah, so basically just do that, I guess. Don't ever set your tools, your black tools down on black seeds in the dark. We're gonna get this completely straight here. Give it extra good tighten right here. This, tighten up a little more. That's not going anywhere. It's not rubbing on the back, it's not going anywhere. Let's find out the length for this. Actually, we need to run this through that. So we'll pop this out very gently. Okay. We might have to not be gentle. We're getting pretty serious now. Because I'm over this project. Oh, I'm gonna break this. Maybe we can get it with the pry tool. Okay. I don't know if it's broken or if I just pried it like I was supposed to. Okay, no, that's good. You can see here, pop that off. I didn't need it to come off, I just need to tuck this wire in here. But either way it works, it just pops out. Connect this. We want this to look as nice as possible, so we'll run these in the same area here. Push this down. I'm gonna have fingerprints all over this. Okay, let's pop back in. Get that up there. We'll straighten that back out. We're gonna tuck this wiring up here. See when there's some open space. Might be able to just loop this up here. As long as you stay away from the screw hole, you should be good, I would assume. So let's before we go any further. Okay. Turns on. All we need to do is put these screws back in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's the two original screws that were removed in the beginning. Yeah, there's no like kind of, tightening. It's just, once it's there, it's there. So don't over tighten it, don't strip those. Just pop this piece back in right here. And voila, you have your radar detector installed. I wish this was a little more put together, but I kind of figured it out as, I went, so, Alright, so, sorry again, that wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. I thought that connector that you are wiretapping was the source. It's not the source. So you will have to have that plugged in order for the radar detector to get power. Disconnect the negative terminal, not the positive, when you undo the battery, because you're going to have the door open, the battery's going to drain. Disconnect the negative. It's two screws, it's no longer bolts, or at least the Impreza is different from the WRX, but the Impreza had bolts. The WRX has Phillips head screws, 2 of them. The battery terminal is 10 millimeter. That's all I can think of. So, cool. It's done.